The room was silent, too silent for the kind of news that had just been delivered. Nat Wolff sat frozen, his phone still in his hand, the screen glowing faintly in the dim light. On it was the message that had already begun to ripple across the internet like wildfire. A statement. A confession. An announcement that no one, especially not him, was prepared for. And at the center of it all, Billie Eilish. The announcement that changed everything. It started as a normal evening. Nat had just wrapped up a long studio session, headphones still around his neck, his mind buzzing with melodies and unfinished lyrics. He was about to text Billie, something simple, something soft, like he always did, when his notifications exploded. At first, he thought it was just another trending topic. Another viral moment. But then he saw her name. And beneath it, words that made his stomach drop. Billie had posted a deeply personal announcement. Not a song. Not a teaser. Something real. Something raw. Something final. The words that hit too hard. Nat clicked. His eyes scanned the message once, then again, then a third time, slower now, as if his brain was trying to rewrite what it was seeing. She spoke about change. About growth. About letting go of things that once felt like everything. And then, the line that shattered him. Some connections are beautiful, but they're not meant to last forever. His hands started to shake. No, 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 he whispered, his voice cracking. He knew. Deep down, he knew. This wasn't just a message to the world. It was a message to him. Memories flood in. Suddenly, everything came rushing back. The late-night talks. The quiet laughter. The moments no one else ever saw. The way she looked at him when the world wasn't watching. Nat dropped onto the edge of his bed, his breathing uneven now. His chest tightened as if the air had been sucked out of the room. She didn't even call me, he muttered. And that's when it hit him. The tears. Nat Wolff breaks down. At first, it was just one tear. Then another. Then suddenly, he couldn't stop. Nat buried his face in his hands as the weight of it all crashed down on him. His shoulders shook, his body folding inward as if trying to protect itself from the emotional storm. I thought we were. I thought we had more time, he choked out. He wasn't just crying because of the announcement. He was crying because of everything it represented. The what-ifs. The almosts. The conversations that never happened. The feelings that were never fully spoken. The call that never came. He grabbed his phone again. Her contact. Still there. Still the same. But now it felt distant. Unreachable. He hovered over the call button, his thumb trembling. Should he? Could he? Would she even pick up? He tried. Ring. 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 No answer. The silence on the other end was louder than anything. Meanwhile, Billie. Across the city, in a dimly lit room filled with soft music and heavy thoughts, Billie sat quietly, her knees pulled close to her chest. She had known this would hurt him. That was the hardest part. But she also knew she couldn't keep holding on to something that no longer felt right, not for her, not for him. Tears welled up in her own eyes. Please understand, she whispered to no one. A love that was real. But not forever. Back in his room, Nat stared at the ceiling, eyes red, heart aching. He wasn't angry. He wasn't bitter. He was broken. Because what they had. It was real. And that's what made it hurt so much more. The final realization. Hours passed. The tears slowed. The silence settled. Nat finally exhaled deeply, wiping his face as he sat up. She's not mine to hold on to anymore, he said quietly. It was the kind of realization that doesn't come with peace, just acceptance. And sometimes, that's even harder. One last message. Before putting his phone down, he typed something. Simple. Honest. Final. I saw your message. I get it. I really do. I just wish we had one more conversation. But I'll always care about you. Always. He stared at it for a moment. Then hit send. The end, or just another beginning? As the night stretched on, both Nat Wolff and Billie Eilish sat in separate spaces, feeling the same ache, just from different sides of the story. Sometimes, love doesn't end because it wasn't strong enough. Sometimes, it ends because it was real, and real things change. And in that quiet, painful truth, they both began to let go. The studio lights dimmed just slightly, casting a soft glow across the room as cameras quietly rolled. No one expected the atmosphere to shift the way it did that night. It was supposed to be just another appearance, another calm, collected moment in the public eye. But something was different. You could feel it before a single word was even spoken. At the center of it all sat Billie Eilish, her usual composed energy, replaced with something far heavier, something that hinted at a storm beneath the surface. Across from her, trying to maintain his calm, was Nat Wolff. At first, everything felt normal. Small smiles. Light conversation. The kind of back and forth that fans had grown used to seeing from them. But then Billie paused. Not the kind of pause you brush off. The kind that stops time. Her fingers tightened slightly around the edge of her seat, and when she finally spoke, her voice wasn't the same. It carried weight. Emotion. Finality. Sometimes, she began, barely above a whisper, you have to choose yourself, even when it hurts the people you love. The room fell silent. Nat blinked, confused at first, like he wasn't fully sure where this was going. But something in her tone, it hit him hard. Billie took a deep breath, her eyes glistening. I've been holding on to something for a long time, she continued. And I think it's time I let it go, for my own peace. That's when it happened. Nat's expression changed instantly. The smile, gone. The confidence, shattered. What replaced it was something raw, something real. Wait. Billie, he muttered, his voice cracking slightly. But she didn't stop. I care about you more than people understand, she said, her voice trembling now. But I can't keep pretending everything's okay when it's not. I've been